Welcome to this video lecture of compaction of concrete. It is fifth video in the series of concrete chain, or you can say concrete production. Now, what is compaction? Or someone can ask that what he or she can understand by seeing this video lecture. Actually, it is very important process. We can decrease the voids, or you can say that by compacting the concrete, the durability of the concrete can be increased, or the lifespan of the concrete is increased. It makes the concrete dense and compacted. It is the process which expels entrapped air from freshly placed concrete and packs the aggregate particles together so as to increase the density of concrete. It increases significantly the ultimate strength of concrete, and by making it compact, by making it more dense, it can enhance the bond between concrete and the reinforcement. There are various problems that may arise if compaction of concrete is not carried properly, such as honeycomb, and air can be entrapped inside the cement paste, etc. Moreover, poor compaction of concrete makes the concrete permeable. It means that permeability problem is there in that type of concrete which are poorly compacted. And if it is poorly compacted, or you can say if the permeability is there, then the steel can corrode. Why? Because the carbon dioxide gas or oxygen can permeate through those holes, through those voids. And if the steel is corroded, it means that the ultimate capacity of hardened concrete is decreased. It is a matter of understanding about compaction of concrete. Now, if you understand what is compaction, then we have to understand that what are those methods from which we can compact the concrete. Now, the methods, there are two methods. First is hand compaction, and the another one is compaction by vibration. The hand compaction is again further classified as rodding, ramming, tamping. So, by using your physical power, by using the physical power of labor or mason, the compaction which is done is known as hand compaction. Reasonably workable and flowable concrete mixtures are consolidated or compacted by hand. And when you do this process by employing a rod, then it is known as rodding. But you have to take care that the rod or the bar should adequately reach the bottom up to the formwork, and the rod diameter need to compact concrete between the spacing of reinforcement and formwork. Now that is what rodding is. The next is the concrete is tamped by rod tool repeatedly so that the concrete mixture will consolidate. Generally, mixture with low slump value could be consolidated by hand if super plasticizers are added to decrease the slump and make the concrete workable. Furthermore, tools such as spade is used to provide good surface appearance and hitting foam works on the sides, making way to repel entrapped air out of the concrete. Mechanical consolidation is not recommended to use if the mixture is designed to compact by hand. Otherwise, segregation will be there. But it has to be decided at the time of mix designing or designing the concrete. Next method is compaction by vibration. This vibration method is probably the most extensively used technique for compacting concrete. In this method, internal friction between aggregate, or you can say between aggregate particles, is eliminated, but it is done for a short time only. And now when the frictional resistance is eliminated, then the concrete will start behaving like a liquid, and at that time the gravitational force will come into effect, which lead to move entrapped air upward, and the mixture will settle in the formwork. When the vibration is stopped, the internal friction is immediately developed again. I had said this because you should not understand that by doing the vibration or by doing the compaction by vibration, the friction which has been lost is not come again. No, it is not true. When you stop vibrating, the frictional resistance will come again in the picture. Either number of vibrations per minute, that is VPM, we use this unit as a unit. This VPM can be considered as a unit, or vibration per second, that we calculate in that we consider in hertz, are used to express the vibration. Now, the compaction of concrete with vibrator can be again classified in different types, such as internal vibrator, external vibrator, compaction by shock and drop, compaction by spinning, and surface vibrator, or you can say screed vibrators. Now, first we will discuss about internal vibrator. They are sometimes also called as spout, or some people say spout, that is SPUDE. Some people also call it as a poker vibrator. They are usually applied to the compact concrete in the beams, walls, columns, and slabs. Not only does the vibrator performance is influenced by concrete workability, but also by frequency, amplitude, head dimensions of the vibrator. These are the things which influence the compaction by using internal vibrator. Generally, the head diameter or vibrator head diameter is about 2 to 18 centimeter, and the shape of the internal vibrator is cylindrical or needle shape. As the head diameter of vibrator is increased, the effective section area is rose. For instance, radius action of vibrator. It means that the needle size used is responsible for the member which has to be vibrated. It is considerably significant to use internal vibrator correctly to achieve the best compaction. Horizontal movement of the vibrator should be avoided to prevent concrete segregation, and lowering the head of vibrator to the bottom is considered not very good. It should overlap previous layer by about 15 centimeter. Concrete, or you can say compacted concrete layer thickness, is about the head length, or you can say 50 centimeter. Now, regarding, if I discuss regarding when you are using the vibrator for compacting the slab or roof, the vibrator must be kept submerged in the concrete, and this can be done by using it horizontally or at some specific angle. In addition to use 1.5 times the radius action as the distance to guarantee overlap previously adjacent vibrant layer. Now you have to keep your hand steady, and the specific station, the time for keeping the needle at a specific station should be 5 to 15 seconds, so that you can get desirable compaction. The length of the time that vibrator employed at same station is dependent on the workability of the concrete, force of the vibrator, and the nature of the element, the nature of the member for to whom you are going to compact. Adequate internal vibration is decided by concrete surface, or you can say decided by concrete surface modifications, such as changes in force aggregate particles, general batch leveling, and top level appearance of thin film of the mortar. Now the next type is, that is compaction by vibration, is external vibrator. You can see in the figure also that a shuttering is there, and some external machine, some vibrator which can be attached to the formwork, to the shuttering, are used in this case. In this, the foam vibrator is attached to the exterior face of the mold or the foams properly. If it is not proper, then the energy will be lost. And if energy will be lost, the compaction for which the purpose for which you are doing compaction should not be achieved. Moreover, foam vibrator is the choice for compacting concrete in thin section or in heavily congested sections, or when the mixture is too much stiff. Additionally, I can say that foam vibrator can be advantageous for constructing pipes, masonry units, and other type of precast concrete. However, it is not recommended to employ foam vibration at the top of vertical forms, such as in the case of columns, because it can cause a gap between concrete, the mold as a consequence of in and out movements. So in this case, in column case, internal vibrator is better. But there are problems when heavy reinforcement has been used. Then the concrete can segregate when you are dropping it from the height or when you are dropping it in the formwork. The next type of vibrator is cable vibrator. Now this is a special formwork vibrator. Generally this is used in labs. In this, the cable consists of a vibrator in the bottom, which is attached with the rigidly built steel platform, and it is mounted on a flexible spring, and this whole thing is driven by an electric motor. In this case, the normal frequency of vibration is 4000 rpm at an acceleration of 4G to 7G. Don't consider this 4G to 7G as a network thing, that 3G, 4G, 5G. This G is for acceleration due to gravity. Now, this is very efficient in compacting stiff and harsh concrete mixes, which is required to manufacture precast element in the factories and especially in the laboratories. Next one is surface vibrator. The main application of this type of vibrator is in the compaction of small slabs, when the thickness of slabs should not exceed 150 mm. This is also used when we are repairing the pavement and for pavement slabs, or for repairing the pavement slabs. In this case, the operating frequency is about 4000 rpm at an acceleration of 4G to 9G. The surface vibrator are commonly used as pan vibrator and vibrating spirits. That is why it is known as spirit vibrator. They are very much suited to compact the shallow elements, and it should never be used when the depth of concrete to be vibrated is more than 250 mm. But very dry mix can be efficiently compacted with the surface vibrator. Now, what is the purpose of compacting? Why we are trying to compact? Because by compacting the concrete, we can obtain a monolithic mass which can be created between the end of the members, or when joints are cold joints or hot joints are there, when the joints are planned, then also we can use the compaction. Or when the foam work is filled to the intended level, then we compact it so the air will come out and we can finalize the level. And as I have told, when we try to make the concrete level and compacted, then the entrapped air is expelled. When all the reinforcement, tendons, ducts, and anchorages are surrounded, then also compaction is required. Or when special finish or specified finish to the form structure of the member has to be provided. Then for all those things, the required property of concrete can be achieved. And if you will not do the improper compaction, then there is a problem in the concrete property. For example, honeycomb. You can see in the figure that the voids are there, the air is entrapped, due to which, if you see in the figure, some gaps are there. The concrete is not properly compacted. It is not consolidated. So this honeycomb type of structure is formed. Or you can see in the case of cold joint, when a layer of concrete has been laid and the other layer of concrete, when you had laid on the previous layer, you had not vibrated it, then a cold joint is formed, which you can see in the figure. Now air can permeate from this joint, or carbon dioxide gas or oxygen can permeate from this joint. And if it is in the roof, water can permeate in the concrete. And due to this, the life of concrete has been decreased. Even bug holes can be formed. Why? Because excessive amount of entrapped air is there in the concrete, due to which voids has been formed, or you can say bug holes are formed. And due to this problem, if it is not compacted properly, cracking can develop with time. Subsidence cracking is there. When you had placed the concrete at different time, then a line, you can see a placement lines, which is not looking good. Sand streaks can be there. Sand can be formed at the joint only, which can erode with the time. So there are problems which can come if the compaction has not done properly. Now, all these things, all the elements you had studied which has come in effect with improper compaction may affect the durability of the concrete, may affect the life of the concrete. So it is better to use proper compaction method with a specified time. Then only you can say, or you can discuss, or you can design the concrete for 60, 70 or 100 years. Thank you.